Hi, welcome to Blueprint, the B2B marketing podcast. Today I'm hosting Marta Jedrzejczak, Customer Engagement Manager from DS Smith. DS Smith is an international packaging company offering sustainable, plastic-free packaging. Marta, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
B2B marketing is often associated with lead generation. Your role as customer engagement manager seems to be focusing on different KPIs. What is it all about?
So maybe I could start with explaining what actually customer engagement role is, because this is not maybe that well-known role in the B2B marketing teams. So my role sits within the marketing team, and this is mostly focused on the activities that require active participation of our customers. But as a part of the marketing, we are all contributing to the same goals. So the lead generation is definitely one of them. But my main focus is how to more engage customers, how to activate them, and how to build the meaningful partnerships with them.
So why is engagement important in B2B marketing?
How could it not be? In B2B marketing, we are very often focusing on a very narrow target groups. So we have very limited audience. And also that we are offering very tailor-made services, or we want to personalize our offer to our audience. And to really well prepare it, we need to know what our customers need. And here engagement is crucial to understand their pain points, their challenges, and their problems.
Exactly. What you say sounds like building a relationship. Is what you do somehow related to customer relationship management?
Oh, yes. So you mean CRM, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I think that the CRM, this is like a key enabler for the B2B marketing activities. Actually, now I could not imagine how you would not use CRM on your daily work when you are working into B2B marketing. What does it give you? First of all, we can have there all the information that we need about our customers, about all the interactions that company is taking with different accounts, but also in different persons in the company. And that allows you, to track, to understand better what is happening on the account. Marketing console is super important there for me, because based on that, we can actually track the engagement of the customers, the reactions to the email, the responses to our campaigns. So everything is there integrated in one place. So this is the key enabler of your further activities on planning them, customizing, and being more efficient.
I see. So it sounds like it's not only a tool for the sales team, because it's often associated as a tool for the sales team, but it's also for the marketing part of DS Smith, right?
Yes, and if everyone is contributing the data to the CRM system, that is actually allowing all the departments to work better together and to achieve better results.
And be on the same page, right?
Yeah, yes.
Exactly. Okay, I know that within your role you cover a larger geographical area. How do you make sure that everything you do is actually rolled out in a proper way?
Yeah, so this is a challenge. And actually here, CRM is also helping us a lot, because we are putting the data into one place from different markets. So we have it consistent in the same way in one place. And it is really quick to check what is happening, for example, in Romania or in the UK with that account, where were the meeting, what was the offering. So this is the one thing. But the other is that we really need to work closely with the people on different markets, because that is key to keep the consistency, to make your offer the same on every market, and all your marketing activities to be led in the right way, consistent with your brand. So really engage teams on the market and being in the daily contact with them. This is actually something that is bringing the best results.
I think that, let's say to me, B2B marketing is very much about understanding the business of your client. Probably less of that in consumer marketing, but in B2B, it's very much about that. How do you make sure that you really understand the business of your clients?
Yeah. So we are trying our best with that. And actually, I love that about B2B marketing and about having such narrow target groups, because then you can really have one-on-one conversations with your customers. So, for example, by running the workshops for our customers, where we are focusing not only on the offering that we have, but also on understanding better what is happening on the market, what also are not our customers' needs, but our customers' needs, so their final consumer. So to better understand that, then to identify the challenges and to get the right answer. So this is the one thing. But also we are, of course, running the interviews with our customers that are maybe more structured and are allowing you to gather data, more general data on the different companies on the market that they need. Of course, we are getting information from our sales team, which is key because they are on a daily contact with their customers. So I think that those are the main things that we are trying to do. Thinking about the innovations also that we are creating and putting on the market, I think that we are pretty successful there.
Great. It sounds like you work with a number of segments and there is plenty of data out of those discussions. You mentioned CRM. I wonder if personalization is something that you deploy as a tactic. Is it something that could help you execute properly?
Yeah. So here I think that the personalization is a super important thing in B2B marketing. And from my perspective, I would personalize every activity that I could, because even when you are receiving an email that is directed to you with the content that is interesting for you, that was tailored for you, it's more probable that you will act on it.
Exactly. I mean, I agree with you. And I think on the strategic level, let's say high level, exactly this is what, everyone thinks that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it's better to have personalized than custom made. On the other hand, it sounds like a bit of a nightmare in terms of execution. So how do you make sure that you actually can deliver? Yeah.
Yes. So, So here, like, if you would like to be really personalized to every contact that you have, that would be almost impossible. However, artificial intelligence can be a support here with the digitalization that we are going through. However, here also you can, the thing that you mentioned, that we are segmented our customers. So based on the segmentation, you can have more personalized communication, but this is like one to few. So you are creating some assets that are directed to the group of your customers. But also here we are using the ABM marketing, so account-based marketing. So there are the specific assets, activities that are dedicated to one account. So the bigger number of contacts within that account, but this is tailored made for one company.
Are there any tools that help you do it on the ABM execution?
So here we are going back to the CRM,
okay.
And our marketing console that can enable you those activities. But of course, the support of the agency and of the sales team is very important here.
Great. I know that DS Smith is a very much value-driven company. I wonder how you really make sure that you deploy those values in your marketing activities.
Yes. So what is really helping here is if you have the common values of your company with the values of the customers. Mm-hmm. And here, for example, sustainability is one of the values that is very important for DSMEs. But also we can see that our customers are putting sustainability high on their agenda. So here we can say that we have the common value, but also the common goal on changing the world, like helping the planet be more more sustainable in our activities. So here we have the joint goals, and we can act on this working together. And the packaging industry is actually very the field that you can really make impact on. So we are running a lot of plastic replacement projects with the customers, or making the less material usage with them. So we are working on that. And here, when we are actually reaching the goal together of being more sustainable with their packaging, then it is also a very good opportunity to communicate that together, that we actually made a big step into our common goal.
Yeah, this is great to hear. I mean, I think that this business was for a long time the one to blame because of the mass scale and all the plastic, but exactly, I mean, you can make a substantial impact offering sustainable products. Okay, now I'd like to move further to the marketing mix. Obviously, there are very many tactics that can be applied within B2B marketing. Could you share a bit of your secret in terms of, forming something that really works for the B2B audience?
So I would say that the best approach that works for us is a 360 approach. When actually you are...
What does it mean? Because it sounds like a hashtag, yeah?
Okay, so it means that actually you are including into your marketing mix the activities that are reaching your customers on the different levels from the different angles. So here, for example, with the corporate communication, you are actually focusing on communicating the core values of your company, but within the stakeholders that are holding higher positions. And here, all the PR activities, the corporate communication is taking part in the different type of the events with key stakeholders. So this is the one element of the portfolio, but this is actually focused on your company values and branding. And then comes the tools that can help you promote your offering. And here, all the marketing tools are coming, like marketing communication, category management, that is helping you here. After that, you have also customer engagement and events that are helping you involve your direct decision makers into different activities that you make. And as well as using the data in the right way. So marketing intelligence here is also important place in your marketing.
And well, obviously, the tactics that marketers apply, they kind of change over time. And obviously, with the pandemic, it happened 2 years ago. It probably changed a bit. I mean, can you tell us a bit how it evolved for DS Smith? What do you think doesn't work so much anymore? What is something that you are using currently?
Yeah. So I think that I will not discover here anything you saying that we are using more digital channels, and we all, I think, experience like the digitalization of all tools, even switching from the physical event to the online ones on a big scale. That was the big change in the way we communicate. But also what we can see that the attention span, I think that the last time it was researched at 2013, it was 8 seconds, which was already lower than the attention span of the goldfish. So now I think that it is even lower, and we are getting so many different impulses around us. So this is the big challenge that we should really consider how we are communicating, not to maybe publish too much, but be more, but maybe better to make less, but with the bigger impact.
Exactly, but it sounds like it's quite a challenge, because we said, okay, B2B is about, let's say, content, explanation, some kind of, sophisticated ideas. And then you say, okay, we have just 8 seconds to grab the attention.
Yes, that's true. And this is the big challenge. I can see it for myself that also, like receiving so many communication around, you are really focusing on the priorities for you. So also understanding the customer pain points and case this is that important. And also in the B2B marketing, you can have the direct contact with your customer. And this is actually something that I really love about it. Because
now I understand why this engagement role is so important. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. You said events are big for DS Smith. Obviously, I mean, this is a knowledge sharing tactic. You get to interact with our audience, but then you said that it's mostly digital. Do these worlds kind of coexist? Is it digital only, or you're still seeing some opportunity, some value in person-to-person meetings?
Yep. So I think that in-person meetings are bringing the biggest value because then it's the easiest way to create the engagement. However, the digital events have also a lot of benefits because it's so easy to join for your customers. They don't need to travel. You can also invite as many people as you want for such an event, but then the possibilities of interactions are limited.
So it sounds like a mix of two, right?
Yeah, so the best way is to actually organize the hybrid events because then you can have participants in person present at the venue, but you are not losing the impact of that, for example, if someone cannot join you physically, then still can join you virtually. And you are not losing the impact of the big preparations of the big event because that can be scaled up. So I would say that today, with all the technology available, I would say that the hybrid events are the best option to follow.
Often. It sounds even like it could be a bit easier for the speakers themselves because they actually feel the vibe of the audience, not just see camera lenses.
Yes, that's true. Being the virtual speaker on the in-person event, this is really challenging, but this is still possible, right? So you can actually invite people from around the world to the event that they can join virtually. For the speaker, this is the maybe more challenging than for the ones that are in person. But this is actually giving you so many opportunities with organizing the events. So even you can, for example, have like one event in a couple of places, but connected virtually. So like sky is the limit here. Right?
Sounds like the future. Okay, we mentioned earlier that B2B requires great understanding of the business of the client. So it seems like content is important. Can you tell me what role does content marketing play in what you do?
Yes. So some time ago there was this saying, yes, content is the king. And I would say that it really didn't very much change during the time because I still think that the content is very relevant. But what changed is I think that the way we are how we are creating that content. So maybe we are going away a little bit from the written one to using more images and videos.
I thought you would say ChatGPT.
But here, what I wanted to mention is actually that now with the artificial intelligence, we can create content very easily, and we can create a lot of content. And for example, for the search engine optimizations, what we can see is, that ChatGPT can really help us out here in a quick way. But if you think about it from your audience perspective, like they may be overwhelmed with the quantity of the content that they are receiving.
Exactly. They don't want more content. They want the relevant content.
Yes. So what I would advise is to make your content short, really focused on your customer needs. We mentioned before personalization, that if you can make it personalized, then I would do that if this is possible. Yes, and I think that you should always think about, like, from the perspective of your customer, like put his shoes and read what you wrote or watch what you created, and think about what will be the reaction of your customer.
Exactly. So if we want to be specific to help our viewers, what would be the content formats that you think are the most impactful? Articles or not articles anymore?
Yes. So maybe not the format is that important, but what you put inside there. So I would say that the key message is very important, and then you can play around with it in the different formats that actually will fit your communication channel. But for example, we were saying a lot that, for example, the videos are more engaging, that's the better way. But we can see that in the social media, in the B2B marketing, videos are not that effective anymore. People are not watching it. They are rather clicking on the, reading and clicking on the links in the post.
I see. Okay. Well, I think today it's more about solutions than products. Again, it's a kind of an obvious thing. I saw that you are engaged in innovation workshops program. Can you elaborate on that? What this is really about?
Yeah. So this is actually the activity that we are doing that is really personalized, because those are the one-on-one meetings with our customers. Mm-hmm. So we are inviting the key stakeholders from our customers, and we are then working together on developing better solution for their business. And that means that we are analyzing the market trends, insights, business challenges, also what is happening on the shelf in the stores, because we are creating the packaging. Mm-hmm. So taking all those things into consideration, the regulations that are coming, we are working together on how to bring better solution for them. And and actually that's it, I would say.
I'm not so sure if maybe I'm asking too much, but I'm really curious about this topic, because obviously those kind of co-creation sessions, if we call them like this, or innovation workshops program, they require the client, they require the company, the provider as a kind of, consultant, provider of solutions. And there are probably many people involved. How do you make sure that you actually have like a structured process? There's like I don't want to suggest an answer, but it sounds like you need a kind of a facilitation of the process and multiple stakeholders. How do you make sure that it's not a mess? Yeah.
So actually, this is our way of working. So we have we have tools, we have experience in that. We have facilities to make those workshops possible. So, for example, in Poland, we have Customer Innovation Hub. So the place where we can easily work with customer, even in a hybrid way, because there is a lot of tools like cameras, microphones that allow you to do that.
Okay.
But also there is like the structured way, the agenda of those workshops, the tools that help you co-create. And I think that also the experience of our people is crucial here. So I would say we know how to do that, and and this is really working, and I really love that atmosphere of these co-creation sessions.
Yeah, I think now when you said all that, it sounds like it's really like an engagement building tactic, because you actually pull the client into the process, and then one can become really a co-author of what is being developed.
Yes, that's true. And here with the dialogue and bringing all the expertise at the moment, it's really also effective, because during one day you can come out with the solution that working in the usual way, the emails and sending out the prototypes, that sometimes is taking months. But when you have all the people in one place and there is this relationship built, there is a trust, there is the engagement, together you can create really innovative and disruptive solutions.
Okay, moving on to a different topic. I want to speak about alignment of marketing and sales. In the last couple of years, we really talk a lot about that. I'd like to understand how this really works at DS Smith.
So I can hear from your voice that B2B in B2B marketing, the cooperation of marketing and sales can be challenging sometimes.
Exactly. I mean, everyone says we should be doing it, but I know that on the execution side, sometimes it might be difficult.
Yes. But here I think that this is crucial. And you cannot be effective in B2B marketing without sales involvement, because also everything you create, every action that you make, every campaign that you run, that needs to be followed up by the sales, and also that needs to be supported by sales. And you are creating a lot of materials that should be used by sales. So this is like a key partnership with marketing and sales. And I can also see that, marketing is like the role of marketing is strengthening, because it shows you like the marketing is bringing the real value, knowing the market, being able to identify the customer needs together with the sales, but also to show sales how to communicate, to support with the right material. So I think that this is very important.
Mm-hmm. But is it really, because obviously, from the marketing point of view, the perspective of sales is very commercial. Yeah, let's get this lead, let's sell this new, let's say, pack of services, while marketing, is more kind of, a soft, say it's more kind of artistic approach to communication. How do you make sure that marketing really can cater to the needs of sales and that there are no clashes? Yeah, because again, on the strategic level, sounds amazing. On the execution side, how do you make sure that you actually can execute that alignment?
Yeah, so I would say that sales needs to see the value that marketing is bringing. But what can be more valuable to the sales when you are bringing them the hot leads, right, from your campaign? That you can say actually that you see this contact is actually interested in that exact solution. So please follow up on that. Yes, so it's in your hands already. So those are the open doors. So I think that this is bringing the real value. But also when there are the new products, for example, launched on the market, like when you are supporting sales with the right communication, their job becomes easier, because when they are like knocking to the door of the customer, that customer already knows that DS Smith exists, that DS Smith has this product, that they've just run the innovative, they've implemented the innovative solution for, one of the companies. So that should make their job easier.
Okay, great. Paraphrasing what you said, I understand that the role of marketing, this kind of engagement marketing that you execute, is about staying in touch with the audience, staying in touch with the sales team, and also interpreting some individual signals from the sales team in order to be able to provide some kind of like a meaningful message. Yeah, so you kind of aggregate the feedback from the sales team, and then based on this, you build material that can be used.
Yeah, but this is the one way, but also the marketing, that we are fed by sales with some info, but also we are having the market research. We can put data from there here. We can also, we are analyzing the data for different categories. So we can also say that, look, there is the space in that category for some improvements or for the new products. So this is where you can actually bring the value for the company. So this is also we are creating the strategy together with sales. And here, what is important also for us, as we are focusing a lot of innovative products, that in our department, we are together with sales, marketing, innovation. So we are working in a one big team. Okay,
so I understand that it's not that you meet with the sales team twice a year for review.
No. We are in the constant contact. But of course, this is challenging because in our region, we have 17 countries. So, and there are differences in every market. So sometimes it is challenging, to create the right materials on the regional level. Mm-hmm. Yes, but with that cooperation, with being flexible and reactive to what feedback is brought from the market, I think that we are doing pretty good.
But what you were describing during this meeting is very much related, I guess, to kind of shows empathy. You're trying to understand the client, you're trying to understand the challenges of the sales team, and then you cater to those needs. But then somehow you need, probably as the department, but also individuals, you're probably measuring the impact of what you do. So I want to ask you, how do you measure the success of such activities of engagement marketing?
Okay, so what everyone wants to hear is, your return on investment. And still, this is pretty challenging to directly say it. With the CRM, I hope that it will be possible in the near future to actually be able to deliver that this activity had brought that kind of money, right, to the company. However, also with our activities, it's not like only, single B2B marketing activity will lead you to closing the deal with the customer, because there is on the customer journey, there are so many different steps that needs to be done to finally close the deal. So I would say that, every step is contributing to the final success of the project. So, and this is challenging to track. But what we are seeing, for example, this is the market share that is growing for our company, that we are winning in the categories that are important for us. Also,
This is a bit more on the kind of financial side. I still want to, I hope to get some details from you on how you can measure this engagement, and because ROI obviously is, kind of objective metric, but it's very difficult to attribute, certain value of money to, let's say, a LinkedIn post or a good event, that you had. So if you can just, maybe share a bit of secret in terms of the metrics that you think are relevant. If these are not metrics like numbers, how do you just validate if what you did had any sense?
Yeah, so actually for different tactical activities, there are different measures that we are using. Like for the social media activities, right? You have the number of impressions, you have the number of clicks, CTR, so click-through rate. So, and the conversion, of course, is there. But I would say that for me, there is a lot of quantitative data, but my focus now would be more on the qualitative data, right? Because I think that now maybe of course, the number of impressions and the reach of your post, this is showing you how many, how much your audience was reached by your communication. However, it's not showing you how they reacted on that. So here, measures based more on engagement are important, but also following the conversion, then what you were trying to reach. For example, if you want your customers to register for the webinar, so you are able to track who actually registered from which asset. So then you can validate which channel is working for you.
So how much of your work would be actually looking at this type of data, those type of metrics?
Yeah. So for running the webinar activity, that will be the pretty important part of the metrics. But for the event itself, you would see how many people actually joined from those who registered. So there is this conversion rate of the attendance. But when you already have people at the event, okay, they are there, but you need to see if they really watched what you are saying, if they are reacting to the content that you are showing. So they are the tools that, for example, they can show their reactions during the event. They can put questions on the chat. We are also using the polls to ask audience what they are thinking, what they like. So also how many people responded to the polls. And at the end of the webinar, what is challenging, you always want to get the feedback, how they liked it. And this is at the end. So when you see that actually a lot of people filled in your feedback form at the end, then I would say, oh, it's good because they stayed till the end. So that means that they were engaged by the content that you are showing. But those are pretty tactical tactics. And you mentioned that, for example, market share, this is something more financial. I would not agree, because this is actually the piece of cake that we are fighting. And as a B2B marketing, we really want to be the part of that fight. We want really to decide in what part of market we should play and where we should gain. So here, I would say that the marketing should have more strategic role, and those metrics are important then. And besides that, also we are checking our brand awareness, of course, because the brand, this is something that we didn't mention today, but this is the very important part of all marketing activities. So also measuring the brand awareness and our positioning within that. This is also the thing that we are monitoring.
Right. So thank you for suggesting that. I'll follow that path of the brand. Just maybe as a closing question. So obviously DS Smith is an international company. I mean, you have a presence in very many countries, and the brand is an important asset. Somehow, sometimes it's very difficult to say if you're not in a consumer marketing, what's really the impact of that. But I'd like to understand how you use the brand that you have in order to build some marketing impact.
Yes. So I could say that, like behind the brand, then goes the company missions and your values and your vision. And actually, every marketing activity needs to contribute to the brand that we are creating. So I could not imagine that you are running any marketing activity without thinking about the purpose of your brand. So that needs to be really well integrated. So this is the one thing. And by all those tactical activities, by those little steps, you are contributing to creating this big brand that is international, that is well known everywhere. And also with all those activities needs to be consistent. So sometimes there is, even as I can share an example with you, that sometimes one of the, countries or divisions have a great idea that's, so relevant for the market there. And the team is so engaged, and you would say, this is a great idea, but this is totally not consistent with our brand. So
brand safety, brand compliance is also an issue. So
it is not possible to do that, because that would not fit into our the branding. So maintaining
constantly this global strategy, global perspective, rather than just having quick wins in separate markets, right?
Yes, and with this little step, you are actually building that in years, right? You are not able to build a strong brand in a short period of time. And also, as we are international companies, we are also working with the international customers. So we also need to keep consistency, that if we are delivering in one country and there is the standard that we are delivering, it needs to be the same in all the other countries. So here we need to be really consistent.
Great. Marta, thank you so much. It was a pleasure hosting you.
Thank you.